Welcome to 40 Below Zero, an international podcast about life with invisible illnesses, hosted by two guys living with multiple sclerosis. Coming to you from the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, I'm your co-host Nix, and with me on this ride is Terry, a Londoner who calls Ontario home. We're so happy you're here with us as we continue to try and normalize a life that is anything but. So let's get into it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. 40 Below Zero. So glad you're here. I'm Nick. That's Terry. Terry, how you been? Where'd you go? What'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
Oh,
it said recording stopped.
I didn't touch shit.
So then it said refreshing, and I'm like, stop. It's still recording.
Oh, is it really?
Action.
This is Nick and Terry from 40 Below Zero saying, don't be influenced, be informed.
Yo, I like that. This is very true. Don't be influenced, be informed before you make your decision.
Especially on here.
Sure. Yeah. True that. No, that's my biggest thing. It's like we want you to be aware.
Yeah.
And then you make your own decisions. And
Yep.
Don't blame us. You're aware. Yep.
Happy MS Awareness Month, Canada. And the rest of the world, probably.
Yeah, whatever, man. It's every day for us. But yeah, happy Awareness Month.
Are you aware? I'm aware. I ask you every year if you're aware.
I'm aware. Yesterday, I was playing cribbage. Do you know the game cribbage?
Absolutely. Yes, I
Well,
do.
it's new to me. This game is new to me. So I was playing cribbage with Katrina's dad. A little intimidating for me. I went through the biggest fog session.
Okay.
The biggest. Like, the easiest numbers was on the thing. And he'd look at me and be like, so? He'd be like, so? And I looked down and I was intimidated and my mind, foggy. And I just looked at these cards. And I went, because you know what I was doing? I was looking at the 7, 6, and then went back to the 8, 7, 6. I couldn't focus. And I looked at him like, just help me out. And he's like, no, go on. That's what he did. He's like, no, go on. And I'm like, oh, damn. He doubled down on me. So I looked at it and I'm like, it was, dude, it was so embarrassing, man. And he didn't say like, what's wrong with you? He just like carried on. And I'm like, does this guy realize that I'm foggy or So
Maybe he's letting you
it.
work
It was
through
embarrassing.
it. Maybe he's being nice and letting you work through it. And just acknowledging that it takes
It was
you a little
embarrassing, man.
longer.
It was embarrassing.
I got you.
After I was like, I cannot believe that happened.
I totally understand.
And Katrina walked by and she goes, because she noticed it, and she goes, Terry, did you take your she calls it the energy pill? Because she realized that I was not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, and it's failed. Like, it didn't work, bro. It didn't work. Then I'm starting to think, do I really need to take this medication when it doesn't even do anything?
That's how many times do we ask that question?
Right.
I know my answer. My answer is yes, my medication works because I've skipped it accidentally before and I feel the difference when I skip it. But that's me. All right.
Brent said that if he stops running and he gets a relapse, he's going to blame it on the fact that he stops running.
Gotcha.
That sucks because now you feel like you're locked in.
Yes. Now forever. He's going to run till he's 105 years old because that's how long I hope he lives. He's going to be running marathons forever. I got to tell you that since the temperature has spiked, I haven't climatized myself yet. I had to dig all of my cooling products out. So I got my vests out and my neck thing and all that fun stuff, my hat, my big hat. But I guess because we're I'm so many years into this is like my brain went to mush and my legs stopped cooperating like immediately. So this heat wave, I'm going to be nocturnal. I think I'm just gonna try to only go out at night as much as possible. At least until I get used to the heat and can kind of start to function in it again.
Yeah.
But man, the first heat wave, like the first real heat wave of every year, it just knocks me out. And then, then I kind of either stop caring about it or I just get used to it and, go about my day. But so what about you?
I'm good, man. I have energy today, right? Because the last 3 days from Ocrevus. But dude, it's humid too. My dehumidifier turned on and filled up yesterday. I mean, it took like 6 hours to fill up. Like in the summer, it'll take 2 hours. But still, it's humid. So I don't know what to blame my tiredness on. Orcovus, the humidity, Nick pissing me. No, I'm just joking.
Getting old.
No, but you know what I
No.
mean. Like, how do you know? No, but yeah, I'm having a good day today. I have energy. I worked out. You know.
So am I. It's just my body's not cooperating, so it's slowing me
By the way,
down.
what's with the hat? You said you have a cooling hat. What?
Yeah, it's part of a whole thing. I'll have to.
So you
So
put
I
it
have
on.
the
You put an
I have the
ice pack, or is it just
no.
in the
You run it
fridge?
under.
Fridge.
You run it under cold water.
Okay.
You can put it in the fridge if you want. I have done that, and then you put it on, and then it just keeps your
Yeah.
head cold. It's
Okay.
part of a
It makes
whole
sense. It makes sense.
system.
It's like the rag.
Especially when I'm doing yard work and stuff.
Yeah.
Because
Because I know the cooling vests, we have ice packs. So I'm like, cooling hat?
yep,
So why need ice packs? And I just take the cooling vest, throw it into the freezer, and just put it on.
I've done that with the
yeah,
ice packs.
You told me you've done that.
That's the hack.
I know.
That's how you get more. That's how you get longevity out of it. You put the whole thing in the
I
freezer.
want to see how good looking this hat is, how
Okay.
stylish it is.
I'll have
I
to
feel
figure
like
it
it's
out.
one of those, garden hats with like a string that goes under your neck.
Yep. It's exactly what it is.
Nice.
Yep.
Cool.
Listen.
Cool.
I drive around my little lawnmower that I talked about a bunch. I drive my lawnmower, my big floppy hat on, and
Yeah.
just loving life, man.
Yeah. Is someone like, I'm going to cut the grass? You're like, no, I'll do it. Because you want to just drive that
No,
thing like a go-kart.
I have done that in the past, but my property is big enough where I can't do it by myself. So,
Yeah. Cool.
and the hills, there's the hill portions of my property, forget it. There's no way. I used to have one of those old school mowers that had no motor, just the blades,
Yeah.
little push jobs.
Yeah.
And I used to push cut my entire hill twice a week with that. And it was my workout. Oh yeah, you can still buy them.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely. But I used to do that twice a week because when you use that kind of a setup, you can't let the grass get long.
Okay.
So you got to do it way more than you would with a power mower.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my workout. It was like a full body all day workout. And so that's when I canceled my gym membership years ago.
Okay. I mowed the lawn maybe once in my lifetime.
That's what you're saying.
It wasn't mine. Yeah. So I'm like, let me see this. This looks cool. And then it was
honestly,
one of those.
I don't know if I could handle a life without grass. I don't know, like without yard work. I mean, I eventually I'm going to have to get used to it. I'm sure, but I don't know. I just have so much fun being outside.
So I have a patio, right? Because I'm on the main floor. So I have a patio, and Katrina's on the third floor. She doesn't have a patio. She has a balcony. So what am I going to do in my patio, dude? I can't even go outside because I have to build a handicap ramp, and I'm going to extend my doors, which, whatever. That's a project I'm going to do maybe next summer. But I've given her my patio. I'm like, this is yours. So she goes out there and she gardens everything, and people walk by and they'll look at me like, you did a good job. I'm like, thanks, man. It's not even my garden, man. I'm just like, yeah. So she has a garden and she has a balcony upstairs. She has it all.
Do you think that the people who compliment you on the garden or the patio, they really like how it looks, or are they just shocked that someone in a wheelchair could pull off gardening?
Oh, I think people know that I didn't do it, and they know, oh, it's Katrina. You know what I mean? But they'll look at me like, the garden looks very nice. I'm like, thanks. And then before I can say it, like, they're like, I know Katrina did it. I'm like, yeah, well, thanks for shaming me anyway.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
planting vegetables and all, or just flowers?
She has flowers. Dude, don't. She's going to listen to this and say, you don't know what the hell I'm doing?
You're too busy inside editing the show while she's out gardening.
Yeah. Mints, not just mints.
Yeah.
Mints are like, I found out mints are like weeds. Like they grow and you can't control them. I'm like, but mints are great. He's like, no. And yeah. Yeah. Other stuff too, bro. Don't.
So we'll edit here and then insert, go outside and look, and then come back and tell me, just cut me out of it. And whenever you get to look, just insert the correct answer.
No. I know what you're saying, but dandelions and daffodils. One of those are her favorites.
Okay.
Which one do you think it is? Let's do the guessing game right now. So when I ask her, I can say, that's what I said, but Nick thought it was this one. Daffodils or dandelions? I don't know, man.
I'm going to say dandelions.
All right.
They're my favorite because they're so low maintenance. You don't have to do
All
anything. They
right.
just pop up and you don't got to do nothing to them. You call them a weed, that's the flower I'll take because I ain't got to do no work for it.
People used to come to my thing here and like, can I pick some mints? I'm like, sure. And meanwhile, I see dogs walking by and peeing on the plants
Yeah, that's
sometimes.
the thing.
I don't control that stuff. So I'm like, yeah,
Sure.
but there's dogs. They're like, oh, it's okay. I wash it. I'm like, okay.
Hey,
See
you do more than
it.
you informed them. That's,
Yeah. So today we have Dorice joining us.
Yeah, it's a return, right?
Yeah.
She was,
Yeah.
what season was she? That was a while ago, right?
Season 3, maybe.
Really?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I can't
Yeah, it
even
was a
believe I
bit.
guessed that. Yeah.
So
Yeah, like
it's
a
going to be
few years
nice.
ago, a couple of years ago.
It's going to be nice catching up with her, seeing what she's been up to. I know she's been up to a lot. You were telling me before we started recording. So,
Yeah.
it's good to see because if I remember correctly, last time, now I'm stretching. I remember she had a lot of plans, like a lot of things she wanted to get involved with. So it'll be nice to talk to her. All right. So let's bring her in. Welcome back to the show, Dorice. It's so nice to see you again.
It's great to see you both.
We were talking how it's always nice catching up and seeing what people have been up to. And Terry has told me a lot. So you've been busy.
I wanted you to come back on.
Yep.
Since we had you last time, a few things has happened. And your family, and we talk a lot, and you're a really big support of mine. I wanted the world to see the support friend that I have.
Terry is, admittedly, Terry is more active in the support community than I am online. I have one group that I facilitate some in person, but so it's nice to hear what everybody's up to. So what you been up to? Other than just surviving and thriving. Let's go to the questions. Okay, so
Totally.
color.
I don't know. Oh my gosh, purple. Ooh, I like your I don't know what they're called, but the hand drums up there.
But they're called the
Ooh.
Dopakata.
No, they're the djembes.
I was gonna djembes, yeah. In my
Darbuka,
mind I was like,
darbuka.
ooh, I don't know how to say
It's
it,
okay.
so I'll let you say it.
It's okay. Thank you.
The one I love is Middle Eastern, and I don't know how to say that.
I'm
still.
getting one, so you'll hear it.
Ooh, very nice.
But thank you. Yes.
You don't have a darbuka?
Not yet.
Did I say it right?
Yes.
Oh, see.
That's amazing just because I remember that Nick, you had played drums, you said, and that you obviously drums with the kit and everything are out now, but the fact that you can still honor your percussive nature and then now you're doing the hand drums
Yep.
and stuff, that's awesome.
Yep. And I facilitate or host several levels of drum circle. Absolute beginners, all ages. Because it's very it's my therapy. Like this is
Totally.
therapy, but it really keeps me grounded and realizing that, yeah, you can still contribute no matter, you just got to shift a little. That's all.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And percussion and like rhythmic stuff is so not just therapeutic, like physically and to be doing that and just as you said, but it also rhythmically, like with our bodies, like there's something just that tunes up with it. So that's beautiful.
Yeah, my favorite my favorite moments in the drum circle is when people who say, I can't play the drums and I can't meditate, and we're 25 minutes in and they've been playing the same rhythm and they're you can see their mind going and you're like, hey, you're meditating and you're playing the drum. Look at that.
That's cool.
So
Oh my God. Because yeah, I'd imagine a lot of people when they're new and they're doing it, they're a bit self-conscious about it, and that just as you said, it's kind of like letting go and just being present and just letting it flow however it needs to. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful.
another really cool thing that happens pretty often, almost every time we're doing a circle, is I stop like leading the rhythm and I just say keep going, and then you see how they all start to connect, and then the rhythm goes up in volume and speed and then down, and it just naturally swells, and it's not anybody's saying anything, you just feel that's what we should be doing, and it's so cool when that happens.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Because these screens, for as good as we have it being able to talk to each other, because otherwise, I mean, let's be honest, we would have never met if not for the screens. But there's something very valuable in being right with somebody and experiencing their energy, which I get a big kick out of.
Totally, because isn't it like, and you probably would know with your, I'm gonna butcher it, but with your, I'm gonna call it your Maniac Mansion, but that's not, that was a TV show in Canada in the 90s. So, but with your mansion stuff, but that there's like a bioelectrical field that we all as human beings put off, and I forget how many feet it is or whatever, but there is a bioelectrical frequency that the body physically connects to, and then like with the polyvagal theory that like you're then connecting to each other's kind of like
Right on. You're 100% right on.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, that field is cultural because for example, in the United States, we keep 3 feet or an arm's length away from people we're talking to. And
Right.
if someone is a family member, we'll go 1.5 feet. And then if they're a partner, we'll go less than a foot. And that's
Right.
because at 3 feet, we feel comfortable enough with our energy going out 3 feet and meeting you for the first time, for example.
Right.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
that distance shortens the more personal we connect with the other person. It's wild, and it's different all over the
Yeah.
globe.
Oh, yeah, that totally makes sense. Thank you for explaining that, because like, yeah, different cultures have different parameters of like comfortability, something like that, whatever that word is. Yeah. Plus, like, I'm sure we've all felt it where we've come into a room and the energy shifts, like where you're just like, ooh, or like, yay, or whatever. So anyway, Terry, I'm sorry we're talking.
No, I'm
No,
fine.
this is
I'm
this
like,
is this
huh?
is great. But
What?
yeah, so and every person is pre-designed to have their own alert of too
Mm,
close. So if you ever have a close talker and you're
right.
like, you're in my space,
Yeah,
that's your brain saying danger, back up.
totally.
So you have to start 3 feet out and work your way in. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you ever actually said that to someone where you're like, you're in my space?
I have.
Oh, have you?
Well,
Yeah, you would definitely have had.
professionally, a lot. I've said that
Oh, yeah, that's
professionally. Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Ma'am, don't approach me. I get that, like.
But that's that's the training thing. But outside of that, that's a good way. That's a good way to not let other people take your energy. Like just keep them like just stay a little back. But yeah, it's really cool in the drum circles when everyone starts to connect and that energy just starts to move across like the fire pit or across the room, whatever the case may be. And then you just see everyone locking in. It's so cool.
That's
Oh
cool.
my gosh. Terry, I could talk to Nick all day about this because the frequency levels, there's something I really want to do with putting together like people and music and frequencies and stuff. So this is all in my wheelhouse of like stuff where I'm just like, yeah, let's soak it up.
Yeah.
But
It's not this again, it's not the same, but I told you guys before I make weird noises when I'm alone. And it like
mm,
settles me down. So I'm like,
totally.
whatever. I'm not gonna do it now, but
Yeah, yeah.
and you'd be like, whoa, you're weird if
Not at
but I
all.
get it.
No.
I don't know what it is.
Mm-mm.
It's vibrations.
You're talking to the guy who literally sits in a room with crystal bowls and chimes and somebody
I'm all
going,
for that.
like,
I'm all for that.
I'm making.
Well,
I'm gonna
remember that-
laugh at you for making weird. No, the weird noises you're making is you are tuned into the frequency of your own body at that point, and your ears are hearing the vibration of your chest cavity. Like, dude, this is a whole. It's 100% right. It's not weird. It's what you should be doing to connect back to yourself.
But if you're humming or clicking or whatever, you're doing, you're also activating the vagus nerve to like calm and relax the body. Like I
Is it like
will
tapping?
kind of, but like through not like auditory, but oral stuff, and like humming is good,
The
or
big
like
one.
even gargling. And then like I sometimes like I do I can't do it right now, but like I do click like, and I'll like kind of, and I think, oh no, can my neighbors hear me? I'm like, no, it's quiet. Like I'm just like clicking away and stuff like that. So yeah, I totally get it. That's just as
Stop
Nick was
clicking. Sorry. Sorry.
Just as Nick was saying, that's like, yeah, that your body is trying to kind of create a homeostasis and like that it's just comforting itself, which is wonderful because with MS, we're always like, the body's also always trying to like dysregulate us. So that's wonderful that you do that.
Just for that one drum right there, that purple drum right there, there it is. That purple drum is 10 minutes later. Here we are still talking about all the weird things we do because we wouldn't say it in other company. We'd be like, you don't go to the dinner party and go, hey, guess what? I hummed on the whole way here and I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Honestly, I probably would be the person that would say that because I'd just be like, I don't care, whatever. I'll be the clown so that everyone else can like, then be like, oh, well, if she said the weird thing, then whatever I say is not going to be as weird as.
You facilitate a support group, and it's a new thing, right? Since you started after you were on last time with us.
Yeah, I might have been in training when I was with you guys last, but I don't know. It's been over a year now. I'm one of the people that facilitates the MS Warriors support group, which is an independent support group based in Canada. But as MS has no borders, like anyone who has MS can join. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Proof positive.
Yeah, you could join if you want to.
That's where Terry and I connected when he was facilitating that. That's how we met.
Really?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Full
I don't know if it
circle.
was-
That's so amazing.
It wasn't that group. It was Ontario group.
Was it your
And
group?
then,
It was
yeah,
the Warrior
whatever.
group.
Who cares? Whatever.
Oh, that's right, because
The
we met
Warrior-
at nighttime, and you were meeting at nighttime, and that was during
I was
the
hosting
day.
a group, and I
Yeah.
was helping her co-host.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So
Something
yeah,
who cares? Something like that.
it was the Warrior group after dark.
That's right. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
And people were excited
'Cause-
they're like, "Oh, After Dark with Nick."
Not a lot of people know this, but his group that at nighttime would be, what the hour or whatever, the hour and a half, whatever it is. But then we would literally pause, take a 5-minute break, and then I'd have to say this whole thing like, the following is not sponsored by MS Canada, but if you want to stick around and chat with me, and we would go for like hours. We would stay till like 10:30 at night. It was wild.
That's awesome.
Yep. And we
That's
still so shout out to the original crew from back in the day. I still talk to a lot of them. And that was the first time I was like, I have these digital pen pals. And now we talk through Instagram, and there's a woman, and she's awesome, and we talk all the time, and she's in British Columbia. So she's just as far away from me as you can get. And it's wild. The photos she sends me of her like her area where she lives, her area is absolutely gorgeous. 100% not accessible for me, but gorgeous. So yeah, it was pretty wild. So yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a journey with Terry.
That's what, for especially like for us or anyone that has like a chronic health condition or whatever, like being able to connect with people that have the similar stuff going on, like say with Warriors, as we short term, but the MS Warriors group, we all say like, this is a space where you can let it all out. We all get it. Like we might all have different manifestations of MS, but we all are living with MS. And maybe our friends, family, whatever, don't get it. But here we all get it. And here you can let it out. But then what I love about MS Warriors is that the motto is to like, we rally, like we can let it all out, we could whatever, but we still have to pick ourselves up and wipe our butts and, keep on going. But that's so beautiful that the two of you met that way. And that's how I met Terry. And Terry was the one that was like, join all the groups, don't worry about it, like whatever. And he was like, welcome to the family. And I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was my big concern originally. I was like, Terry, is it okay that I'm near Philadelphia when I join? And I know I've said this, and I'm going to clip it so that Terry can edit this part out because we've said it like 100 times. And, but that's where the name of our show comes from. 40 below zero. I'm on Fahrenheit. Celsius and Fahrenheit converge at 40 below zero.
Right. Yeah.
So that's highlighting the fact that no matter where you are, you're the same. We go through the same stuff. So yeah, that's why I clipped it, because I've said it like 1,000 times, but yeah.
But that's beautiful. I love that. I mean, I'm sure you've said it, but it didn't stick in the brain. So now, I mean, I know you've said it, but like, yeah. So it's beautiful for you to say it again.
You know how many people I say that to?
Yeah. Everybody.
Yes.
Everybody
yes,
that
very
asks,
poetic
what's the
for
name
sure.
about?
Every time I tell someone, they're like, really? Wow, that's amazing. I'm like, oh, so no one's heard it, bro. Just keep repeating that shit.
It's a nerd Easter egg is what it is. It's a nerdy science Easter egg. And the reason why it's a T, because the T cells. 4T, not a 0. 4T.
Terry, 4 of Terry's personalities combined in one.
Honestly, because 40 below 0 was taken by a clothing company, so we had to do something else.
Let's talk about this. Who made up the name? It was you, right?
Me. Yep.
You came up with it, and I'm like, yeah. And it was 40 at first. 40.
Yeah, it was 40 at first.
And then I looked it up. I'm like, nah. And
Yep.
you're like, what about this? I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
4T.
it was you. Yeah, good job, buddy.
That's the
Good job,
beauty of constraints within, I mean, I know, but within art, you know what I mean? Like that you couldn't do it the other way, but you came up with something much better and more fun and creative and stuff with having to like change it. So I think that's awesome. I would have never thought that the T is because of T cells. So that's so great.
And the crazy thing is, so if you shorten the whole name, after the T is a B, so the B cells are involved, and then we're trying to zero them out.
All right, easy.
I love it.
We have a whole instruction manual about our logo.
Yeah,
I love it. Oh my gosh,
comes with directions.
And the last letter of the whole word is O.
Yeah,
like Ogrevis. No, I'm just joking. I don't.
Terry's gone. He dipped out.
He's like, oh, enough of this. I'm pulling my ripcord.
Your mic did that thing.
I know.
Okay. He's having technical issues today, so.
I know Terry works very hard to make sure that like it's the way that he puts himself in the shoes of the viewer so that
that's you in support groups.
What?
That's why I go to this support group, because I go more. I was starting to
burning
back off because I'm like, I don't really I'm not getting much. I'm not feeling the vibe. Nothing against anybody. It's just,
no,
it's a
just
tool.
listen.
You need it.
It's caregiver burnout, and that's, if you're the facilitator, burnout is a real thing too. You got to take a break.
Not every support group is for everyone. Like some type of support groups are for some people. Some are like I myself. I like the structure. I like the rules. I like that with MS Warriors that there's a topic and stuff like that. And the ones that are kind of willy-nilly, just free-flowing, those are great and valuable, and I go to those too. But it depends on what someone's looking for with them, and that's the beauty, that everyone can have their own style with the support groups, and you can have your camera on or off. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. You could just be around. Shout out to Manon, MS Warriors. It's her group. It was long before it went virtual and everything, but she was like, looking for facilitators, and she thought I'd be. So the fact that I'm part of it is incredible. And shout out to Jackie, who's also a co-host. I find, maybe you feel this, well, Nick, you do one, and Terry, you've done it, that I find it very rewarding to hold space for people with MS so that it's a comfortable place for someone to land and just take a breather and then keep going.
Up at the mansion, we have a monthly men's group that's just whatever. It's not specific. And we sit around the fire and unburden, and it's nice. And some people we have real life, not on the screen. We have in real life participants. I have a guy, he just comes and he literally just sits there every time. He's been doing it for months. And I'm like, hey, he just needs a private space to just sit quietly and unplug from his life. And that's totally fine.
That's cool. So beautiful. And that's the purpose of it, right? Like, so on social media, like I'm only on Instagram, but I talk about like my health journey and health stuff or whatever, just because I was so isolated in it. And if I can share with it, like we as human beings, we go through so many different struggles, whether it be health or, life circumstances, whatever. If you're only delegated to like talking about it behind closed doors, has its place, important, but there's a lot of community that is built when you're able to be around people or hear people talk about their struggles or whatever, because it's part of the human condition. And it's beautiful that that we're able to connect with people in that way. So yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's why Terry and I wanted to do the show so bad, because we didn't see enough guys saying, hey, like in Terry's case, sometimes I don't make it to the washroom. Or I'm saying sometimes I fall over when I take a step, like sometimes I forget the person I'm talking to while I'm talking to them,
Totally.
like that kind of a thing. And so it's our way of saying, look, it's okay. It's okay. You'll be okay. And if not, come over here and you'll be okay over here.
Totally. Because we all go through stuff. And I mean, myself and you guys we're vocal we're open about it because we know everyone goes through stuff. And it also helps us cathartic, if that's a word.
Cathartic,
But
yeah.
yeah, but like our own stuff, like our own demons, like if we're
Yeah.
able to talk about it. And then, I mean, Terry and I, well, I'll say something. Terry's like, oh, I
Same.
totally get it.
Yeah.
Or Terry will say
Oh,
something,
yeah,
and they're like,
all the
oh my
time.
gosh, I totally get it. So it's nice because totally. Yeah. Yes. Totally. Every time, like Terry and I, when when we're talking or whatever, we both are in the background being like, exactly like you said, yes, oh my gosh, yeah, like we're just, yeah,
Even though we don't have it exactly the same,
no,
I believe what you're going through. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
totally,
understand what you're going through. And
totally,
I want to know one thing. When
yes,
when you're doing this, because I say this to Nick sometimes, when you're facilitating these groups, you hear everybody's story over and over again, or different stories. Is it therapeutic for you, or is it hurting you sometimes? The reason why I say that, because sometimes for me, it's bringing back moments I don't want to relive
mm,
over and over again. So someone's like, so I did this and it happened to me last year. And, it brings it back in my memory. And then as a facilitator, you have to be like, oh, I totally get it. Da, 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 da. You might bring up your moment, you might not, but it's in your mind. To me, it's therapeutic in the end because it grew me to be a stronger person. And I got to show my vulnerability side and not care. And now I love my life.
Very well said.
that's wonderful. For me, when I'm hosting, like when I'm co-hosting or hosting the support group, I feel energized by it because I like it fits that kind of helper need in me, not need, but like fulfillment, so I and I naturally as a human being have been facilitating human beings around me in chaotic environments my whole life. So to be able to kind of utilize that skill that I have towards the MS community is very therapeutic kind of for me. Um, it's when I'm in other people's support groups where I'm just, in the background or not, like it's not the group that I'm helping with when I like running it, kind of facilitating, when I'm just a participant, that's when I get a little bit more triggered and I can't join the support group. I get fogged up with it because I'm just like, oh, this is triggering this and that. And I get drained really easily. And so like
Me.
I'll take breaks where I'm not joining any support groups, only facilitating. And then sometimes I'll hop in or whatever. But yeah, when I'm facilitating, I find it energizing and lovely. And even when I'm, funky
You
or
do
whatever.
know You do know when I started my group, well, I didn't start it, sorry. When MS Canada asked me to help facilitate the group, the Central Ontario Nunavut group, they
Mm,
said, before you start, can you go and attend the Warrior group and see how it's run? So
okay.
they sent me to her group originally.
Right.
So I went there. I'm like, hi, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm just going to, shadow you. And she's like, oh, nice to meet you. And she was so welcoming. And then I think after a week or
Yeah.
2 or 3, whatever, she's like, hey, why don't you help co-host for me? And I was like, yeah, and you for me. And then we started co-hosting for each other, you know. And then I was just burning out. Nothing against anybody. I was just tired, and
Yeah.
because I absorb everyone's energy, and
It was a great group when I was there. When I would pop in
I
the
had
middle
fun.
of the day, it was great. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I too, Terry, I absorb a lot of people's energies and stuff like that. But it depends
that too. I'll wear that sometimes here and there.
totally. It's kind of when I used to work
Did everyone just miss that?
what?
Did everyone just miss that? No, never mind. I have to cut that out. That was funny. You said it depends. And I said, well, that too. I'll wear it sometimes here and there. No. You can't laugh now.
I didn't catch it.
No
I
one's
didn't.
listening to me. Just like my family, dude.
I'm fogged out.
No, I was listening.
Oh, Terry.
Terry,
Anyway,
it was so good and so undercutting that
whatever.
it was
It was,
it was a good joke.
it was the intelligence was so high it flew right over,
Totally.
bro.
There we go.
I wasn't on your level with that one.
That's my modafinil talking. Anyway, sorry.
With the support groups, when I'm facilitating, I put on it's kind of like when I was working customer service, I put on my customer service brain almost in a way, like I'm on the job brain, so I'm facilitating or whatever. So there is a little bit of distance kind of from me directly kind of absorbing all the energies coming at me.
You're a humble person too, so you're a great facilitator. When I see you, I'm like, oh, I'm in my home zone. You know, like I'm in a comfort zone. Am I
Oh,
saying that right?
buddy.
You know.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that means a lot. It
Yeah.
is I'm a very empathetic person, and I mean, we've all been to doctor's appointments where the doctor's just like, all right, let's get to it. Whereas like then when you have, say, like a nurse or whatever that's very empathetic and like shares a little bit about themselves or whatever and like connects to the human in you that's not just clinical. There are some, same with support groups, that are a little bit more clinical, not, but like we're human beings, we're trying to connect with each other. So there is, that's very kind. That's very generous to say. But yeah, I just, I think I love doing it, and I love being able to help people and, in this way. So yeah, it's amazing.
Perfect way to end it. Perfect way to wrap it up. It was good to see you again. I'm glad things are looking up for you. I'm glad you're staying busy.
Well, you'll have to have me back again because we didn't even get to talk about the community representative stuff I
Yeah.
do and other stuff. So yeah, so there's lots more.
Dorice the Force. We'll definitely have to have you back on, but it was awesome catching up with you and spending time. Thank you.
Well, and thank you for letting me about the djembes.
Djembes.
Did it get awesome?
Well, like I said, thank you so much for hanging out and chatting with us today. It was absolutely a pleasure to hear what you're up to and to talk about all the fun things that we just did. So thank you.
Yeah. Dorice, you know I love you. You're my friend.
I love you too. And thank you so much, Nick and Terry, for having me on. It was a pleasure. And I look forward to talking in the future.
Yeah, can't wait. Man, that was awesome. She is such a pleasure to talk to. And man,
Yeah.
good for her for picking up the mantle of keeping the Warrior support group going. That was such a cool place.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's still going. Unfortunately, I can't, it doesn't work time-wise for me anymore, but
Yeah.
all right, brother. It was good chatting again as always. I'm glad we had some time to catch up a little bit, and we'll talk soon.
So check us out at 40belowzero.com. That's 4, the letter T, below0.com. Our email address is info@40belowzero.com. And if you don't want to email us, no problem. We're on Instagram as @40belowzero. Awesome. Looking forward to hearing from you, and we'll talk soon.